Hello everyone and welcome to our online live session for today. Today we are welcoming you, me and my colleague Brady, who's joining me today overseas from India due to the COVID situation. He's not able to be in Dubai with us. So this is actually a good way to show the advantages of our topics for today. Before we start the demo session, I will just highlight quickly the topics we are introducing today. We will talk and brief you about Tekla model sharing, especially for those people who haven't yet tried the Tekla model sharing, which is considered a new era of project collaboration and working on a shared model. You will see exactly how you can start the model sharing functionality and how you can take it into use. You will see how you can work on a shared model more in deep details and how you can take best advantages and best practices along with your colleagues. We will also introduce Trimble Connect for project collaboration concept. And for those people who don't know Trimble Connect, it's substitute and almost a replacement for Tekla BIM site, which has been phased out. And you will see how you can collaborate smoothly with Trimble Connect and also merge that along with Tekla model sharing so that you can get the most advantage out of them. So let's start for our demo for today. I'm having here Brady. We'll start now our demo. So now, as you can see here, I'm having my Tekla structures session open. I'm having it in the 2021 version. This is a single user mode model. So if you go to the file sharing, you will see that this is a single user model, and this hasn't been shared by neither Tekla multi-user nor Tekla model sharing service. Now, before I start the functionalities of Tekla model sharing, I would like to highlight a few points about Tekla model sharing. Now, for those people who don't know it, Tekla model sharing is a new online service that is also a very much more effective than multi-user. So if you have been experiencing some issues with Tekla multi-user and you used to work really in a shared model, especially across and over VPN or even via LAN, so you will not encounter those kind of issues while using Tekla model sharing. Tekla model sharing is a cloud-based solution. So this is actually where you can find all your models, the shared models and the models that you are working on the cloud safely and secured by Microsoft Azure. Tekla model sharing will allow people to work on Tekla structures and a shared model online while they are connected to the internet, and they can work even offline if they don't have access to internet or to their Tekla model sharing licenses. So technically, you just need to be connected to the internet only when you need to share a model that you created, or to join a model that someone is inviting you to, or if you need to read in the changes from other users that you have them in along with you in the model, or if you need to write out your changes that you made locally on your Tekla structures version in your machine. So as you can see here, this is my model, and I would like now start using the Tekla model sharing service. As you can see here, and I'm positive that you're familiar with the sign in button here. I'm already signed in using my Trimble identity account. And let me highlight here quickly that I would still recommend you to use the latest service pack, especially after the updates that we made recently on all Tekla structures and in our Trimble identity platform. So if you experience any login problem, please make sure that you are using the latest service pack of your Tekla structures version. So as I said, I'm here logged in with my Trimble identity, which is ATC account, and I'm having the Tekla model sharing associated to that using my Tekla admin tool in my organization. So here, after logging in, I would have, if I go to the file menu and press on sharing button, I will see that there's an option to start sharing. And that means that your Tekla model sharing features are now working because you have the license. So I will press simply on start sharing. And as you can see here, you don't need to install any other modules or plugins on top of Tekla structures, because this is a built-in functionality that comes with the installation package of Tekla structures. If you have the license and the right to use and you're connected to the internet for now, you would still be able to use Tekla model sharing without issues. So as a service, this is our service, so you don't have to change here anything. And this is your Tekla name model. I will put a code, we'll say 1234, any code you can if you're on your convention. And description, I would say online demo for Tekla users days. And I would like here to invite my colleague Brady. Of course, simply if you don't have the email address in here available, you can simply add it, and then you can provide him the necessary rights so that he can join you along. So I'm giving the editor rights and I press add. As you can see, he has been added in here as an editor. If you would like to notify Brady by email that the model has been shared, then simply you can just click on this button and write any additional information of your interest. In my case, I would always prefer to say that Tekla structures version 2221, which is already will come by default in the email, but I usually go with a version and then the SP2 or the service pack version, and then I will say which environment I'm using. Some of the information here are already embedded by default to the email or the notification email that he will get. And of course, you can write any personal message. So I would say, please join my demo for today. And I'm done. I will just say start. Now it's connected to the service to update an instant of this Tekla model on the cloud. Of course, a Tekla model sharing will decide which files are important to be uploaded to Tekla model sharing service, especially in the first time. So in the first time, it will upload whatever in Tekla model sharing folder in the very first time only. Later on, with every change, it will detect only the changes and upload to the cloud. So the time will be different, because definitely in the first time, it will be taking more time than any other work in the future, because I mean the changes usually it's less than the whole model size. It's 93 MB model size. And now I'm done. I'll just save the changes and I will close this. As you can see here, now the features or shortcut of the features are coming in this toolbar. The same you will find under sharing. As you can see, now this is a Tekla model sharing instance. And I have read in, write out, and reserve next write out features available, and the rest of sharing history, which we will talk about later in this session, are available also for me. Before I go to Brady, I would like here to highlight that this model for now, it's on the cloud and also saved on my local machine. So if now I'm disconnected from the internet, if I disconnect the internet right now, I would still continue on my local version of the model, not on the cloud. So I will keep building up on the whole model that I'm having in my machine without affecting that on anybody else who's joining me in this model. And the moment I need to write out my changes to cloud and so that my colleagues will see, then I will need to be connected again to the internet and also to have that Tekla model sharing license available with me. So now, because I cannot go offline and disconnect from the internet due to this live session, I will keep my internet connection open. I will work locally again on my local version, but I will give the presenting rights back to Brady so that he can show you further how he can join the model, and uh, what kind of features he can use, and how he can work further on the model so that he can share with me. Brady, you should have now the control. I will provide you the presenting, right?
Thank you, Raja. And I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, I can. Yes, I
Nice. So let's start with the model which Raja shared with me. And here, I just opened the Tekla structure 2021. But before going into the Tekla, I just would like to show you the email which I received once Raja shared the model with me. So here is the email. So here it will send you the email from the teklaModelSharing.com. These are the details related to the model which Raja shared, or which your colleague would have shared with you. So you can see it here, like services from the Tekla, and the model name is the TUD TMS TC model, and Tekla structure version is 2021. Environment is Middle East. So these all informations you can see it here, and the message which your colleague write to you, that message you can see it here. So this is the message, and why she have written the version and the service pack and the environment again here, because in the above detail the service pack information is not there. So it's better to write it, and make sure that you all are using the same service pack, same environment, and the same Tekla version while working on the model sharing. So after once looking this information, just you just need to make sure to install the same service pack, environment, and the version. And then the second thing is you should be log in with your same ID where your colleague shared the model with you. So here I'm just going and making sure. So here I just have logged in with my own ID, so I can start with the shared model. Here in the Tekla structure opening page, there is a column for shared models. Under shared models, if you press on the continue, it will load all the shared models which are shared with your email ID or with your login ID from all of your colleagues. So although it might be possible you have several models, or it might be possible that you have some models from your customers or vendors. So all the models will be listed over here. And of course, at this time, you will need internet so that it can fetch all the models share with you. So once it got connected, it will show you the list of models. Currently, I have only this model. So it's showing only one model in my list. So here on this window, the first service is the service type is will be always Tekla, and save in is the folder where you want to save a local copy of this model, because as Raja mentioned earlier, it's not always required to work with the internet for you. You can just connect with the model, join the model, and then later you can disconnect with the internet and you can continue your working. And then later on, when you are ready for the changes, you can just connect with the internet and write out your changes. So in that case, your model local copy will be saved into this path. So here you can browse it to any other location where you want, but I'm just going with the default location, which is the Tekla structure models. And then here you can just select the model which you want to join and click on the join option. So again, it will fetch the information, then you will be ready to join. So here it will show you the baseline. Baseline are just a reference point from where you want to join. So this is the first time where Raja shared this model. So maybe in your case, you may have too many base points. So you have to make sure with your admin, which base point is good for you to join. And based on the base point, the changes in the model will be reflected in your working location or in your temporary folder. So currently I have only one, so I have selected that, and then click on the OK. So it will join from this baseline. And as she have uploaded the 93 MB data, so first time it will download the 93 MB data in my machine, and then later on only the changes it will fetch, or it will transfer only the changes. It's about to finish. So once it is downloaded, you are ready to open your model. And as I will go to this 3D view. So here is your model, which your colleague have shared with you. Now you are ready to work on this. So before going to work on this, I just would like to highlight some more things which will be helpful for you. If I go to the sharing again, here you can see the information as Raja mentioned earlier, like here you can see it is a shared model or the single user model, and these all other points, but I will show here some more points here. So here there are show read-in changes. So currently we don't have any read-in, so we'll go through this option later. And sharing history. Also, if you click on the sharing history, you can see what are the different sharing histories on this model. So currently, I also don't have any sharing history because I did not share it after working. Few more options like users. So here you can see the list of users who are working on this model or who has been invited for this model. So here you can see all the user list and along with their role inside this model. And if you have the authority, you are the owner for this model, you can also invite the other users. Now I can start working on this model. So here I'm using just for this demo purpose one component to create the model so that quickly I can demonstrate it without taking much time. And I have just executed the component which will create a building on this grid for me. I just have created this building using that component and I'm ready for these changes to be checked out. So let me just press the write out here, and here you can just mention whatever code you want. You can use the alphanumeric things and comment like edit building one. So I just added building one here, and for example, these are 2 and 3 building. So this is my comment, and I will just save it. So this is very high level comment so that your colleague can understand what was there with this checkout. As you can see here, earlier it was 93 MB, but now it's 378 KB only because these changes are incorporated within this memory itself. So it's done. So let's move to the Raja's machine again, and we will see how you can read in the changes, and further she can do any changes, and whatever changes made by her, she will also write out, and again we will come back to my machine for further proceeding. So over to you, Raja.
Thank you, Brady, for the information given, and I will proceed further with the changes in the model. So here, as you can see here, I have worked locally on my version, and currently I haven't read any changes that Brady shared to the cloud as per now. But if you notice here that I got a notification for the read-in, that it tells me that there are 2 versions or 2 buckets that has been made and uploaded to the cloud, and those are ready to be read in on my local copy. And I also made some changes. So if I go to the start sharing, I should have sharing history in here. If I'm not having any buckets to be read in, then I wouldn't have all those buckets listed in here. But what I'm having here is only the local non-shared changes which I made on my copy. So simply I can see those changes by clicking on show changes. But for now, this does not matter to me because I know the changes in the model. So I will just close this and I'll try to write out to cloud the changes I made. So I'm gonna go to the shortcut and press this cloud out button. So write out, and I will give again any explanation, or you can leave this, but it's good sometimes as a reference for you. So parts added, parts deleted, and one drawing created along with one file in model folder, for instance. And then I will click on save. As you can see, the process was about to be started, but before that comes, it's enforcing me as Tekla model sharing service. It's forcing me to read in changes before I write out to cloud. The concept here is that the first person who writes first to the cloud always wins. Unlike Tekla multi-user, when you have the user who write to the server last wins. So here I have no option unless to read and update to the model. So I will just say read in changes. As you can see here, it's starting reading in the changes, and after that it will start writing out. So here is the changes list. Here is what has happened to the model by my colleagues who are with me in the same module, which is obviously here only Brady. So in the changes list history, I can see that what happened exactly and from who. So all the information will be listed in here. So whatever it's color coded in red, that means those objects have been deleted, and what highlighted in yellow, that means modified. That means the original parts or those parts were originally in the model when it was shared and got modified by the user, and what was the time. Additionally, we have the color code green, which shows the newly added parts to the model. And as you can see here, this is under the tab of physical objects, because this is all belongs to the model objects, like modeling wise. If you go to the model folder files, anything has been modified, accessed, or added to the model folder, it will be listed in here. And whatever happened to the drawings, it will also showing in the drawing tab. It will be also listed in here. So for now, I will just make sure that I have wrote out to the cloud. I will go save. Now I'm writing out my changes to the cloud so that it will all be reflected to Brady when he read in again. Now, Brady, let me just hand over the presenting rights to you so that you can proceed further with the demo.
Thanks once again, Raja. So now, as you can see in my notification panel, either here or if I go to the sharing and here, it's one reading package is available for me to read in, which is made by Raja. So the moment I click on this, and it will read the changes from your other colleague. Again, the same history will be shown here. Here I can see, like under drawing, she made some one drawing, so I can see that also. And under files, like these are the files she added here. So all the changes made in the file structure or the folder structure in the Tekla model folder, those will be listed inside this tab, and the drawings will be listed here, and the physical objects means the model object will be listed here. So I think that's enough for the modeling work, and now let's move towards numbering, and then we'll go for the drawing creation. So here we recommend you to do the numbering by a single user, not by every person will do, because there may be some chances of the conflict in the prefix of the numbering, or maybe someone else is using the different numbering setting and you are using the different numbering setting. So there are a lot of chance of the conflicts, and your numbering will get messed up with that. So it's always recommended to do the numbering by one person, or you can divide the model. Like if the one user is working on phase one and this area, so he will be responsible for numbering and everything for this area only, another user for this area, and like that you can divide it. But in that case, make sure like the person who is handling this area should not modify numbering for any other area, and he should always use the numbering with the selected part option. So let's go ahead with the numbering. And before numbering, I would like to mention here, you just need to make sure that you have read in all the available packages. So you will be having the latest model, and you can ask other users to stop write out the changes, and because you are performing the numbering, and instead of asking it manually with them, because maybe they are not sitting next to you, so you can just do one thing, which is under more sharing, there is an option for reserve next write out. So this reserve next write out means you can reserve this model for the next write out. So except you, no one else can write out to this model on the server. So that is to making sure, and when they are trying to write out something, then this message will be pop up to them. So whatever message you will type here, that will be pop up to them. So I can just write here performing numbering and reserve it. So the moment you reserve the next write out for you, all other people cannot write out on this model. and only you will be able to write out to this model. So all other people will be get like this area, and this one will be the message for them. So this is like it's showing like reserved by so and so user, and what are the comments from that user, everything you can see on that. So all other users can see the same. So now let's perform now numbering. So I will do the numbering, and I will not go through much detail in the numbering setting. I will just perform the numbering to the modified object. That means the whole model, because it's only me who is performing the numbering, no one else. So I can perform for whole model. So my numbering are done. So now I'm ready for the write out. Okay, so let's release these from the reservation. So here again, there is an option for release reservation. Here I can say numbering done, and I will press on the release. And the moment I release my model, I will just click on the write out, and this is my write out, including with numbering.
Obviously, you can also consider here creating a new baseline.
Yeah, so as Raja mentioned, like after every major process, you can create a baseline, because baseline is a kind of like a restore point for you. So if something happened wrong after that step, then you can also restore your entire model to that baseline. So it's a kind of restore point. So always, whenever you perform some major steps, better to create a baseline. So thank you, Raja. And now again, over to you.
Thank you, Brady. And I hope everybody now is seeing my screen. As you can see here, I got a notification that one packet is now available to be read in. So I will just read in the changes to see what is happening. All right. And as you can see here in the drawings, there are some modification happened, and I can guess that the numbering has been completed. So I will just close this window, and I will just go and let's say inquire apart. So inquire, and as you can see that the numbering has been completed by Brady. Brady, before we proceed further with some administrative features that are available for Tekla owners model, Tekla model owners, would you please generate the drawings for building 1 so that I will have the final copy of the model, up-to-date information?
Yeah, sure, Raja. I just have created the assembly and single part drawing for the entire building one. I am just writing out it.
Right. Now the notification is available. I have one bucket, as you can see, or one version of changes available for me. I'm reading in. As you can see here, I have the changes list available now. Drawings were created. I can double check from drawings and report. If I go to document manager, I will have all the drawings created listed. As you can see here, I have a list of the changes, which are all color coded. So I advised earlier about the colors, but let's say that I'm not sure about this in the plate. There is an option to see it in the model where you need to make sure that those switches are enabled, so that if you click on uh, on any change in the list, it will highlight that in the model and zoomed in to that. So this is a convenient way, and most likely it's not available in multi-user, as per my understanding, that you cannot see the changes this way in Tekla multi-user, but this is a unique feature also for Tekla model sharing. So I think now it's enough, Brady, for this modeling and drawing best practices with Tekla model sharing. What do you think?
Raja, I'm just thinking why can't we upload the model to the Trimble Connect? Because after covering the admin tool, we have the session for the Trimble Connect, so we can just prepare for that. So can you please just upload the model with the Trimble Connect, and then later on we can continue with the admin tool.
Yes, sure, Bradley, no problems. Well, definitely we'll talk in details about Trimble Connect in the second half of the session. But because I know in advance that while working in Tekla model sharing, you need to set an advanced option in the file menu, settings, setting options. And if I go here, just write simply upload, you will see that here there is an option XS upload shared model to Trimble Connect. So this is set by default to either baseline, and sometimes maybe it's nothing, like null value. I would like to change here to a write out. That means every time I write out to cloud using Tekla model sharing, the model will be syncing with Trimble Connect as a project collaboration automatically. So I don't need really to upload separately to Trimble Connect. So I'll apply OK. And then I would save, and I would say write out. So this is write out. And now it's writing to the cloud along with the comment. All right, perfect. I think now I'm done. And let me take you through the console portal. So if I'm opening here the internet browser, let's say Chrome, I think Chrome is supported. So this is a Tekla model sharing management console, which allows actually the administrator of your company to manage all the shared model on the cloud. Of course, they would need to have Tekla model sharing license and the administrative rights on the ATC admin tool of your organization. Without those, I mean, they will not be able to manage the model rights. So this is the home page, and obviously you need to log in so that it can identify your information or ATC information and for which company you belong to. So here, if I go to the models menu, you will see a list of all the cloud models that you worked on and the ones that you have access to control, let's say. So I know that this is our model. So we will go with this. And if I click on it, I will be able to see like when was it created, description, the maybe some identifier that is unique for every single model, and this model created for which version, which service pack, and which environment, number of users, and number of the packets shared. So you can also manage the users from here if you don't wish to manage them from the users menu in Tekla structures. So here I can go also to the versions, and this is very, very important one because it will list you also the codes that you went with every time you read in or wrote out to cloud. You can see the comment. So from here, if you have something to analyze, or maybe you experience a problem with a model and you don't know from where it came, but you are suspecting about specific action, then you can go with a comment. Maybe it will shed some light somewhere on where or at what part the problem has been started with. All right, now, for instance, if I'm interested to look at faulting version from the saved packets in this portal, I can simply go first to lock option. I will have to select the owner, the lock owner. So I'll add a comment. So locking, I'll send email to users and I will press on save. As you can see here, delete model option has been no longer available for me, but delete version is. So I will go to delete version and I will see which version I'm looking to delete. Now, please take a note that if I, for instance, know that I identify that packet 5 is the faulting one and I need to delete from here. So I just need to select it and I will write the comment and then click on save. Saving this will delete the packet number 5, all the start one that the console will identify for me because I chose 5. So technically 5, 6, and 7 packets were, 3 packets will be deleted. For now, I will not delete anything, especially that I need to work on Trimble Connect. Suppose that you deleted the faulting models and you would like to unlock again the model so that other people can still continue working on the model. So you can simply unlock it, write the email to the users, and then save it. So this way, you have the model again ready with the changes that you made on the console, and you cannot undo this process actually after. So I would still recommend you the moment you delete the model in here or delete the versions, actually delete the model, it's while you're coming in this page. So the moment you save, the model will be deleted. So please be aware that those cannot be undo. And you need to have a very good valid reason in order to either look the model to delete versions or buckets or to delete a full whole model. All right, then I think this is enough for Tekla model sharing and the console portal. We need to proceed further with Trimble Connect and provide you the basic information and the very important tools that how you or allow you to work on this incredible service efficiently. Now, for those who don't know Trimble Connect, it's again collaboration tool that's replacing Tekla website. Tekla website has been phased out, and now Trimble Connect is the substitute that will allow the right people to work in the right project in real time. So with Trimble Connect, you will still be able to access models, access the model information, drawings, and also you can review and comment on those in Trimble Connect or using Trimble Connect. Trimble Connect service can be accessible from any device, let's say tablets from Windows, either web or Windows desktop. And of course, the ribbon is available there in Tekla structures as built-in functionality. To access the service or to take it into use, again, you would still need a license, Trimble Connect license. But you don't have to worry much about it because Trimble offers customers who are on maintenance. For every Tekla structures license on maintenance, they will provide you one floating Trimble Connect license. For example, your organization is having, let's say, 5 licenses, Tekla structures licenses, either from online-based licenses or FlexNet licenses based. Then you will be provided on the ATC admin tool with 5 in the same count, 5 Trimble Connect business licenses, which allows you to assign to users who can freely work on the project on Trimble Connect without issues. This is a business version, but of course, to unlock additional features that you might be interested in, you need to contact your Tekla Structures office. Before I handed over the presentation rights to Brady, just to let you know that Trimble Connect Knowledge Center is available if you Google it. So you will access this this portal where you can have a quick start guide, everything that you would like to know about Trimble Connect or any information that you are looking for, you will find in this page. So I will hand over the presentation rights to you, Brady.
So hello everyone again, and here I'm going to take you throughout the project which Raja have shared on the Trimble Connect. So let me open this. So let's go ahead. So here I will go to the structure under structures Tekla model. And here if you see, there are 2 models are updated. So this one was the earlier model, which is the having the copy of the same, or we can say the replica for this model, which we have prepared for this demo session. And this one is the new model, which is currently shared by Raja. So I'm just opening this model now. Once I open this model in the Trimble Connect, what you can do here. So first thing, as Raja mentioned earlier, it's a replacement for the beam site, we can say. So the major difference is like it have more additional options as compared to the beam site, and also this one having more flexibility because the beam site was completely desktop version, offline version, but now this one offers you the online services and to maintain your model on web page or mobile application or anywhere you want to access. And of course, like I'm not going to discuss very basic features which you can go through it, and you can also refer the Trimble Connect Knowledge Center, which Raja have shown you before me. So for that things you can do that, but I will just show you what are the collaboration here between Tekla model sharing and the Trimble Connect. So, and how you can track those records. And of course, like these basic features, like you can create a note here, and you can comment it out here, and your the users can see on Tekla, and they can comment out from Tekla, and the followers can see on the Trimble Connect. Those things are of course there. After opening this model, I will just go back to the Tekla, and here now if you go to the Trimble Connect tab, you will have the option models. In this models option, it will allow you to track the complete history of this model. So although it was uploaded earlier or after sharing the model, so as we mentioned earlier, like Raja have set the option for every checkout. So whenever any user will do the checkout on the shared model, it will create a copy on the Trimble Connect, and those copy will be recorded and it will be listed under the versions. So let's see how does it look. So the first thing, once you open the model, this will open the model name, and it will fetch from the Trimble Connect. Of course, if you are not signed in, it will ask you to sign in with the same user ID and password to the Trimble Connect console. And if still it is not visible, you can just press the refresh button, and your models will be visible over here. So what is this first step, overlay models? So here you can see these are my model history. Like this is the my model, and if I go to the structural, I will have two updates on this model. So here I can overlay the first model. So here I will just click on this I button, and here you can see this is overlaying the model. If you can see here, this is showing me the crashes, like where my model is there, and what was the changes between the first model and the second model. So this you can see very easily. And like if you can turn on the second model, this is the copy of the same. So here there is no overwrite because this is the latest model available. So like that you can differentiate it. And if you want to see more into detail, like what are the exact changes, and if you want to track them, so what you can do, you can just go to the versions, and here there are several versions are available for this model. So if you go to the version history, and version history for this model, then you will have here the several more versions available for this model. Let me uncheck this so that I can turn on the previous versions. So I have now these versions available for the same model. Now I wanted to check the difference between two different versions. So what I can do for that, it is like I can just select two versions from here. I can turn on two versions, and then it will show me all the changes between these two versions. Not only in the model, it will also listed out the changes inside the list. So here you can see the changes list came here, and these are the all changes from different two versions. So again these changes are color coded, and those changes you can see in the model also. These are, so these are just like I have removed that building and created that building, so every changes will be visible here. If I want to see the changes between, not between these two, so I want to check the changes between these two versions, so I can activate these two, or the one and the last one. So like that, whatever versions you have, you can just track all those changes. So these are the new era for the tracking your model, or you can keep the history of the complete your model just with the uploading the model to the Trimble Connect. Otherwise, like if you don't upload it to the Trimble Connect, this history will be not available with the model in the Tekla structure. So make sure to upload it on the Trimble Connect, and then you will be able to track these all changes inside the Tekla structure. So that is all about the tracking the changes and the history for the model. And the same way I can tell you, like in the same way overlay model, you can also track the reference models. If you have any reference model and you have uploaded several versions of the reference model, those also you can track with the same method. And but make sure, like always, whenever you upload the reference model with the Tekla model, then the reference model name should be same. if you are updating different versions for that reference model, the name of the file should be same, so that it can track the changes for the same. Otherwise, Tekla structure will consider that model as a different model if you give the different name, and the same reference model will be not updated with the tracking history. So that's all about these models. And of course, you can utilize these other features which is like available from the with the desktop version and the Tekla, and vice versa with the web version and the Tekla. So these models you can use, and you can directly from here you can go to the your project explorer, which will navigate you through the web portal of your model from where it is there. And here you can control your model on the Trimble Connect access, and if you want to give the access to any other person, the one thing is to whom you will be invited to the model sharing, that person will automatically get the access for the Trimble Connect also, so no need to worry about that. But if you want to give the access to any specific person or any other person to whom you are not inviting to the model sharing, to that person also you can just invite it from here, and you can give it the access to the Trimble Connect model, either viewer or editor, or whatever you want. So based on that you can do it. And also you can set the permissions for the notifications, when you want to receive the notification, or when your user want to receive the notification, are you allowing your user to receive the notification or not. So everything you can set it here. That's all about the Trimble Connect. And thank you everyone for attending this session. Stay safe and take care.
I also would like to thank you all for joining us today. I hope you find it beneficial and motivating somehow. I would like to wish you all to be blessed and safe all the time. Have a nice day ahead.